So there are three pieces of equipment when we go to clean up our screen after we've printed a layer that we want to make sure we're taking care of. The first thing is the squeegee, second thing is the ink knife, and the third thing is the screen. The most important thing is that the screen doesn't dry out. You do not want that screen to get hardened up, the acrylic ink to dry into it. But what I always like to do is take the squeegee and the ink knife over here and just put it in the sink. And then just hit it with some water so that I know that it's moist and not going to dry out on me right away. And then just take the screen, and we'll load the screen into our washout booth. And turn on the backlight, it always helps. And then I don't need to turn on the power washer at all for this. I can just use the wand by itself without any power washer to kind of make sure it's clean. So I'm just going to real gently blow this thing off. So our goal here is to clear it of ink, but not to blow all the emulsion off of it, right? And one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to hit it with full blast like this, and then have that inky kind of water spray splash back and hit you. So I always turn the screen over like this, try and rinse gently at the bottom. We have to turn it around, and we want to peel the tape off of this. So we want to kind of just peel any tape that's stuck on the screen yet off there. And make sure you pull the tape out so it doesn't wash down the sink. It's a garbage can right here to throw all this stuff into. And then just rinse it really well. Sometimes you'll notice that the ink, if you use like a red ink, it'll stain the screen so that the ink doesn't come off. It has kind of a red-pink tint to it. That's fine. Don't stress about that. The main thing that you want to do is make sure it's not blocking light. So if there's any ink dried in your screen that's still blocking light when you look at it in here, then you know that there's been a little bit of a problem. The other thing you can do if it's really stubborn is just grab a couple of paper towels, rinse it, and then just kind of scrub it. You want to make sure you're not scrubbing this with any kind of chemical that will remove the screen. You don't want to use any of the stencil stripper. You want to just make sure that it's just a nice clean paper towel. And if there's any places that are stubborn, like that little spot there was some ink that just wouldn't come off, you can just hit it with a paper towel and make sure that you're clearing it. And if you want to make sure you got it all, you can always turn on the power washer. But basically, the screen is now ready to, we can print it again in a different color. It's clean from ink, but the stencil's still there, so the emulsion is still where it's supposed to be. And we're ready to use it again and again. If we want, we can store it. You can put it next to the fan and dry it off and print it again real quickly. If you ever have a problem, you can always just clean your screen, take a deep breath, go get dinner, come back, print again later. It's better than rushing through stuff and ruining it. So that's how you clean a screen with ink. We'll go over how to clear a screen completely to reclaim it later. You forgot to clean the squeegee and the ink knife off, didn't you? Don't forget, it's really easy to do. Make sure that you go clean that off. If the ink dries on that squeegee, it'll be ruined forever and ever. So, you know, you can see what happens to ones that people didn't clean, where this black ink stays on there. It creates kind of a ridge that makes a ripply surface that doesn't print correctly. So, clean your squeegee. Don't forget, if you did, go back and do it again, or you have to buy me a new one.